What's that there? Looks like a thread. An old thread. What am I supposed to do with this one? Ah, I think I have an idea. Hey everyone, this is Music as a Journey. I'm Peter Skov, and I am doing a video here for Morten Aastad, who is probably in Norway right now, but sometimes he's in Denmark. He started a thread about 3 months ago, and the thread was to introduce things related to music that were either funny haha or funny weird. And I happened to stumble upon this the other day because Morten and I have been exchanging comments on each other's videos recently, and I've been getting to know him through the vinyl tag there about songs that remind you of people you love, and the 2024 vinyl tag, plus a couple other of his videos. So he seems to be a really cool guy, quite a varied taste in music, and he started this thread, and apparently nobody took to it. So I said, well, maybe I might try, and he said, oh, it'd be great if he did, so here we go. So I'm picking out, what am I picking out here? I guess it's going to be basically, yeah, five things. I think they're all going to be funny haha. I couldn't really find any or think of anything that was funny weird, although I probably do have some somewhere. So we're going to start off with a funny album title, and this is a band called Electric Magma. They are a kind of stoner rock instrumental band. This is their second album, probably it's about 20 years old now, and it's called Karaoke Bitch Slap, or Karaoke Bitch Slap for those of you who pronounce it the English pronunciation way, not the Japanese way. Anyway, Karaoke Bitch Slap. Great name for an album title. Second one, this is Shadowy Men on a Shadowy Planet, Savvy Showstoppers. These guys are an instrumental trio. They do, I guess it's kind of stuff like The Ventures, or sounds a bit surfy at times, but they had another album called We're Not a Fucking Surf Band, so maybe don't call them that. Really cool stuff though, and just that really nice, I guess that surfing guitar sound. And they've got a song on here called, not a song, a track on here called Having an Average Weekend, which was the theme song for a Canadian comedy show called Kids in the Hall, which I guess was really funny, but also weird sometimes. There was the Pear Dream sketch, if you've ever seen that, that was really bizarre. But they'd have these strange characters like the chicken lady who would always get so excited when she thought about handsome actors that she'd start, you know, throwing her feathers everywhere and clucking madly. And there was a guy dressed in a business suit who'd hide behind bushes, and when he saw businessmen walk by, he'd go, "Hey, hey you, flathead! I'm crushing your head! I'm crushing your head! Crush, crush!" Like this. Lots of really weird characters, but it was fun stuff in the 90s. So yeah, Shadowy Men on a Shadowy Planet did the opening theme for that. There's also a weird track here at the end called Big Baby, which is there's actually spoken word, and it's supposed to be the voice of a small kid living next door to his neighbor, Mr. Pinkster. And Mr. Pinkster's not really a friendly neighbor, so kid calls him Mr. Stinkster. But one night he's looking out of his bedroom window and he sees Mr. Pinkster dragging something to bury in the garden, and then another time Mr. Pinkster seems to be the victim of some strange monster. I don't know, it's a pretty weird track, but it is kind of funny in that way. Okay, next up, comedy band. This is the Arrogant Worms, and I have, I think, their first and third, or first and third album, yeah, something like that. The first one was just whoop, 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 Arrogant Worms, and the second one is called Russell's Shorts. All just comedy songs. The Last Saskatchewan Pirate is about a farmer who's can't pay his taxes, so he becomes a barge pirate. He's pirating barges on the Saskatchewan River, stealing their wheat. I Want to Look Like Arnold, of course that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Canadian Crisis song. And let's see here on the other album, oh, Tokyo Love Song. Our love was no joke, you know, it was the talk of downtown Tokyo. We'll be happy together, I promised her. But just as I proposed, her feet were made to touch her nose as she was crushed by a Japanese monster, Godzilla. There's also, let's see here, Billy and his family went on a holiday. They went down to Florida to laugh and dance and play. Bill went in for a swim. He didn't see the harm, but when he came back out again, he was short an arm, 'cause Rippy the gator went chomp, chomp, chomp. So yeah, all funny stuff. William Shakespeare's In My Cat, Big Fat Road Manager. Just comedy, comedy, comedy. All their stuff is comedy. I don't know how many albums they've done by now, but yeah. Then, let's see here, Japanese one. This is a band, Maximum the Hormone. I really like a couple of their albums. This is one of the earlier ones. It's called Kusoban, which is basically like the shit edition, or shit volume, and you can see this ass is blowing spray into this person's face. They are an interesting band. They mix all different styles of anything from like reggae and punk to metalcore to hardcore, to almost death metal even. They combine genres in single tracks. They're a pretty amazing band. I think they had a long while where they didn't do anything, and I think they're working on something new. And then the last one to mention here, this is a Danish comedy album I got from a relative many years ago, and this is called Hvad snakker du om? Which means what are you talking about? And this is all basically spoken comedy sketch all the way through, except there's a track here about Vesterbro, living in Vesterbro, which is an area of Copenhagen, which is the kind of tough gang neighborhood and drugs and that kind of thing. So it's a comedy rap type song. Otherwise, the rest are all comedy sketches, various things. One, I haven't listened to it for a long time, but one I remember was kids wrote a sketch for a TV drama about a taxi office or something, and then the person introducing says, "Isn't it just incredible what children can do?" And then the sketch starts playing, and somebody comes into the manager's office and they start talking, but then they start arguing and they start calling each other names like, you know, "Oh, you smell like polar bear piss," and "Oh yeah, well your mother was a," you know, and they start like insulting each other like children. Gosh, there are an awful lot of tracks on here, it looks like, and all of it is just silliness. I remember they had one like a commercial for a banana, and at the end they say like, you know, "And if you can't finish eating it all, you could just fold it together and hide it under the bed." Pretty funny. Okay, that's it for the CDs. I'm not going to make this a long video, but a couple of things here. Morten showed in his video an album of Monty Python, so I thought I would show my Meaning of Life book. This is all scenes from the movie along with more or less the script, I think. I think there are only a few slight variations, but yeah, that's it. So Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. Oh yes. The organ donor transplant. Live organ donor transplant scene. Lovely. Okay, and then one other thing. In one of my videos, Morten noticed that I have a small Garfield back here, and I told him in the comments I also have a large Garfield plush toy that I bought when I was 12 years old with the first check I got from a weekly paper route. I would deliver papers on Friday afternoon. Actually, I was pretty lazy. I would sometimes not do it until Saturday or Sunday. But with the very first check I got for $25, I bought myself a Garfield doll. So this would have been back in 1983. I was a big Garfield fan back then. Okay, there you go. So, that was 5 albums related to funny haha. I suppose it could have slightly included a bit of funny, weird stuff as well. I will put the link to Morten's channel and his original video in the description to this. And if you do feel like jumping on the thread, go right ahead. I'm sure Morten would very much appreciate everybody. Look how small his thread is. Look at the thread. Help make his thread longer. Help make it longer. Jump on Morten's thread.